Aries. My name is Audrey Alison, and this is your May 2014 forecast for the month. I'm very happy to be here. It's a much more mild month of May than April has been, and I hope that you're all doing really well after the eclipses and the grand cardinal cross and the Jupiter-Uranus opposition. This month we just have 2 Venus transits, 2 Mercury transits, a full moon, a new moon without any eclipses, and Mars finally going direct right in the middle. Nothing fancy. We need this kind of mild May, so let's get into it. Venus on May 2nd, transit signs, moves into Aries, and that is with you. So congratulations in your first house of self, where Venus will be beautifying you and taking the time to make you more attractive to the opposite sex, body, mind, and soul. Venus in your first house means you're spending time doing what's healthy, what's beautiful, taking care of yourself, adding a dash of sensuality to your presence and smoothness. Venus is also the planet of money. So your resources could look up in the first house. Doesn't have to be in your second house to make that happen. Venus will bless you with attraction and with some dough. So that is amazing. And you have Venus stationed with you in your first house until the 28th of May. So take advantage of that. Haircuts, makeup, gym, body, everything is coming together. You could have a new image, a new look. It's going to be a really great month. So, Aries, May 2nd, Mercury, the planet of communication, the messenger, also transit signs. He goes into Gemini. Gemini is your third house of communication, so this is kind of crazy. The communication planet Mercury goes into Gemini, the house of communication, in the third house of communication. You are talking up a storm. I don't think anyone could really shut you up if they tried. You are extremely self-expressive. You're very able to learn, write, study, travel locally, handle your errands, deal with your siblings. You're very sharp-minded, quick-witted. You jump at opportunity around that time. From May 7th through May 29th, Mercury will be stationed here. Really take advantage of that. He's stationed in his most comfortable sector of Gemini, and Gemini is the third house, and that is what it is for you, the third house. So it's amazing. You'll get a lot accomplished, emails returned, phone calls returned, communication on Skype. You're really reaching out to people. You're also really good at writing, so those of you who are into writing, you could publish books at this time and have really well received reciprocating words occur to you or come back to you around that time. Resumes are brilliant for people looking for work at that time. You're being heard and understood and well received. On the 14th of May, there is a full moon, 23 degrees Scorpio. This is your 8th house, Aries. Very intense, okay? Scorpio is the 8th house of change, rebirth, other people's resources, shared resources, death, sex. Full moons bring things to a head. It's going to bring an awareness to something that was secretive or hidden. Maybe behind the scenes this energy existed. With the full moon mid-month, you'll be able to see what this was. It could be about wills or inheritances or taxes coming back to you. Things of importance, real estate, property, something left to you by the loss of someone or the passing of a relative, information that you didn't even realize you were in someone's will. A full moon, 23 degrees Scorpio in the 8th house could bring you being the acceptor or the benefactor of a will, beneficiary to someone's inheritance could come into the play at that point. On the 19th, what we've been waiting for, Mars finally goes direct. Mars has been stationed in Libra for 5 months, which is rare because Mars usually is only in a sign for 60 days. And he's going to be kicking it in there until the end of July. So now that he's finally direct, thank gosh, this has been really affecting your 7th house of relationships, because Libra for you, Aries, is your polar opposite, your 7th house, your spouse, your committed relationship, your significant other. If you're not in a relationship, it could be business partnerships or the relationship that you're having with yourself. It's probably really hard for Aries over the last 3 months with Mars retrograde in the 7th house, it's been hard to get relationships off the ground with people. It's definitely been hard to establish commitment. So you've probably just been dating or flitting about, not taking things too seriously because there's no energy behind it. When Mars is retrograde, Mars is energy and action. There's not a lot of action or support in that sector for you, but now there will be. So the second half of May will be very different than the first regarding your personal relationships with people. I love when people just drive by and make noises. It's so distracting. On the, let's see, on the 20th, on May 20th, the sun goes into Gemini, like it does every year. This is going to affect your 3rd house of communications in a very positive way. Gemini is communications, and the sun shining in your 3rd house, people are understanding you, you're writing better, you're able to study if you're in school. If you're a student, it's an amazing month in general for study and learning. You're also able to express what's been on your mind. Mercury and Gemini are the mental activities. Ooh, some cards just popped out that I'd like to go over. And I'm going to use these for your reading, all of them. They literally just all flew out together. I'm just going to place them here. Ooh. Okay. Good for the mind. Okay, so Mercury, Gemini, 3rd house, all of this is very active for Aries. You're getting things off your chest. You're able to express yourself to the people that need to hear from you. And that's all a good thing. Now also, on the 28th, affecting Gemini again, we have our new moon 7 degrees in Gemini in this 3rd house again. The sun and the moon and Mercury are all in Gemini at the same time. That's amazing. It's giving you a lot of positive enforcement to excel in job interviews, excel in finishing your memoirs, you know, or if your work is online or the internet, it's amazing to get sales and prospects through communicating with people and technologies and the communication sector. It's just really, oh, and getting your intentions aligned. This new moon, set your intentions for a 28-day lunar cycle in this 3rd house. What do you want to accomplish in the 3rd house? Do you want to study something that you can't afford to study right now? Did you want to start speech therapy classes? Did you want to, anything in that 3rd house? Siblings. Do you want to start a new way to go about your relationship with your brother or sister? It's a perfect time to do it at the end of the month on the 28th. In addition to that, on the 28th, Venus is making her 2nd transit. She's going into Taurus in this 2nd house of money and resources. Your shared resources and your finances are looking good in May. So much better than it has been for Aries, because you are a cardinal sign, so you've been really affected by the intensity and the tense aspects of the Grand Cross and the cardinal, the cardinal cross. So this is some reprieve for you. Your finances are even saying thank you. Venus rules Taurus, so this placement for that planet is, she's able to do her amazing work there. And your money should pick up at the end of the month, definitely. And it should pick up in the beginning through the help of others, independently in the 2nd half with you. On the 29th, a day later, Mercury makes his 2nd transit into Cancer. This is your 4th house of home and family, communications in the home, study in the home, study on home, online courses, online dating. You could be doing a lot of activity Mercury governs within the home now. So computers, phone calls, emails, it's just really Skype. It's all happening. And Aries is right in the middle of it. Now let's get to these cards I pulled. I do readings, tarot readings. I've done that for 2 decades. And I read all through the week. So if you're interested in an in-depth reading with me, I do various lengths of readings. You can find them on my website at audreyalison.com. But what I feel these cards mean, these are the ones that just popped out. The Ace of Cups, finding one's purpose and destiny. The Moon rules Cancer and has to do with the psychic ability. Inner peace, guidance. The 7 of Coins is the Obelisk, transformation, growth, development of coin, different levels of social status. The 10 of Wands is rebirth, change, rebirthing yourself, which is Venus going into your 1st house. This is what is going to happen to the Aries. The warriors are going to rise like the phoenix out of the flames. And the Queen of Swords, a decision, a choice. Do you choose the positive side or the green, unripe, negative side? The Queen of Swords has a decision to make. She also rules Gemini. So we have all this month is Gemini action. Here's what I would assess in this reading with these cards together. You're definitely making a change. Now, to me, it feels like it's internal. It's not a literal change where you're just going to sit there and cut your hair. Even though with Venus there, you could, because you're beautifying yourself. But this spread, to me, feels deeper. This is a mental change. Your thoughts and your approach to life is going to go through some sort of beautiful transformation, all for the better, okay? Now, since you have these cards so much indicative of a personal transformation, I think you're the deciding factor. No one else is holding you back, Aries. Only Aries can hold Aries back. You're the most direct of signs. You're the most active of signs. You are the leader on the astrological wheel. You are the leader of the fire signs. You're finding your purpose and destiny, and it's through only your own actions. No one else is responsible. I know this sounds very generic, but these cards are suggesting that. Maybe Aries has thought, well, this hasn't come through because so-and-so hasn't called me back yet. That's an excuse. Oh, there's a beautiful hummingbird. It's like bright electric green. It's gorgeous. Okay, it's no one else's responsibility to call you back. You call them, okay? Some Aries might be putting the blame or the responsibility on other people for holding up their show. You're the emperor. You are the emperor. You go for it. You don't take no for an answer either. You've got so much positive planetary support regarding your finances and your communications that everyone's going to listen to what you have to say. A lot of people are taking you seriously now. They're hearing and understanding you in a better light. So that's amazing. I'd like to pull one of the astrological cards for you as well and see what that brings for the month of May. Virgo. Okay, so I love that. What does Virgo represent? Well, nothing's going on in the sign of Virgo for the month of May. However, Virgo is the analytical, it's an air sign governed by Mercury, ruling the analytical mind, the thinking, the thoughts, the decisions that you're going to have to make. You have to weigh your pros and cons, be very analytical. Almost fine-tune your life by looking at it under a microscope. And be very specific about what you are keeping and what you are getting rid of. I think you can handle it because you handle a lot, Aries. It's great to talk to you. My name is Audrey Alison. I'm wishing you a beautiful May. I will see you soon in June. Have a sweet day. Bye.